Rip.
Rest in peace.
Good riddance.
Do you think he'll have angel wings when he dies?
No, double horns. He already gave him
Hey,
Twilight.
ACRacebest. Remember what I said.
Watch it. Good job.
Look, we got goodie bags. Thank you. Whoever made the goodie bags, thank you. You guys are so sweet. It's really nice. That's cool.
Hey, his doesn't work. That's weird.
That's weird. Am I
being punished?
Am I being punished? We might need another microphone.
I swear that one's always been broken.
The microphone's dead. It's dead.
I believe that TikTok just muted me for the rest of the day.
I'm okay with that.
You can talk a little quieter. They almost heard you.
They always tell me to turn it on, but I don't quite understand what that means.
They're working on it.
Well, you guys look like you're straight out of Top Gun.
Hey, yeah, thanks. I was inverted.
All right, you want to get the panel going? Cool. All right, welcome to the Bronies React panel, everyone. How y'all doing? Glad to see you all. This is shut up. This isn't about you.
I'll interpret what he's saying. He says, you guys are cool?
Yeah, he said...
Zootopia's not that great. I've seen the light.
I agree.
I'm going to do 5 more Bronies React. All of them are going to star Fireteam Harmony and no one else. That's kind of weird, but all right.
Poor baby. All right, so this panel is primarily going to be Q&A. And there's going to be a Q&A microphone right here. Probably to... Oh my God, don't do it. Don't give him the microphone. No, don't give him a voice. No!
I don't think the microphone's like this very much.
Turn it on.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
All right, guys, see you.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
I don't.
Happy
Anniversary.
Anniversary morning. So how was opening ceremonies? Was it pretty?
You were asleep.
I was asleep.
By the way, this is going to be an ASMR video the entire time.
Nicole Oliver treated me like a child.
That sounds about right.
She treats all of us.
We are all her sweet children.
Well, for those that don't know, I flew in very early. You know, and for certain people, that's not appropriate.
Yeah, could you not? Thanks. Stop.
Yeah, I landed at like 6 a.m. this morning, and
His arm's tired.
slept on a flight. I actually slept on a flight.
I'm happy for you.
It was the first time I've been able to do that. It was weird. How are those chips?
Want some?
You know, you spilt water on me on one of these a few years ago.
Good.
At Ciderfest.
You need the bath.
So you notice that we don't get water anymore.
Nice.
I brought my own.
Oh, smart. Yeah, so welcome in. This is the Bronies React panel for Ponyville Ciderfest 2017. You guys ready for Ponyville Ciderfest 2017? Yeah. Sweet. You already asked them that, didn't you? Yeah, okay. So. It's Ponyville.
It's not PCF anymore, it's POF.
It's Ponyville Oktoberfest. Woo!
Excellent. So one thing that we typically do for these panels is we'll jump into Q&A, have some fun with you guys in regards to answering your questions. Typically there's a lot of stories to be told up here. We just don't know what stories are going to come up. So
why do you look at me when you say that?
Well, which part of that are you worried that I said?
Well, my stories are very colorful.
Oh,
just like me.
I thought you were going to refer to the phrase coming up. Yeah. So, so we're going to probably do that first. Some introductions.
How do you want to line up the Q&A, by the way? Just, side or down the row? I think down the row can work. But if there's a fire, then you go out that way.
In alphabetical order.
According to height.
Women and children first. All right, so first off, we're going to introduce Paleosteno.
Hello.
And Paleo, what is it that you do?
I do like videos on movies and junk, and like I just did some videos on the MLP movie, Blade Runner, and a bunch of other things. So,
all right. Cool, cool. Saberspark, good morning.
I do ASMR videos. I'll stop doing that. I'm well, man. How are you?
Good, good. I'm awake.
I'm proud of you.
So they had to wake me up. They're like, no, really, your panel's in 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, guys. Oh, it's in 20 minutes.
Your hair looks good, though.
Oh yeah. What about to my right? We have Twilight Spartan.
And Artie Spartan. We're from Fireteam Harmony. We do skits on our own channel, and long before that, we just came to conventions dressed in costumes, messing around, making silly jokes, and somehow we got this guy's attention doing it.
We also do Minecraft Let's Plays. So.
I'm looking to get into those. Maybe you could give me some tips.
It's a lucrative market. It's all about the diamonds.
All right. Well, what do you think? Should we just kind of jump into Q&A with this and see where it goes?
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll have you guys line up here in front of the mic. Don't be shy. It's always the first question. That's always the first one. Who's going to be?
It's like the first zebra who jumps across the river.
There's the first
And the
zebra.
crocodiles get the other ones.
He's in the kill zone. Get him.
So that's what happens to the rest of the questions.
Hello there.
No!
Oh boy, this is going bad.
Working microphones.
Nope, this one's not.
It doesn't work?
Yeah. Wait. I might be able to fix this.
He can fix it.
Did you turn it on?
I shouldn't have touched it. I'm the one who probably breaks these things. Well, it is. It is on. It is on. So you didn't mess that part up.
Check.
There we go.
There you go. See that? It's a magic word.
Please.
All right, so my first
You didn't say check first.
check. Nope, nothing.
Are you saying check like a check mark or check like the Czech Republic? Because it's important.
You muted my mic.
There you go.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
First panel's going well.
All right. So my question is to well, first off, AC, congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so with that, my question is to you. So for your wedding, are you who's going to be Judy Hopps and who's going to be Nick Byer?
The answer may surprise you.
Obviously, Race is going to be Judy.
Obviously, yeah. For those that don't know, just last week I proposed to my girlfriend of 9 years, Toodles, and surprisingly she said yes. So that was uplifting. But yeah. Oh, I thought you were nudging me. Why did you ask me? So yeah. So good question. She was actually, I think, a little bit impressed that I didn't somehow tie Zootopia into the engagement.
We all were.
Yeah. I think there was even some disappointment out there. They were like,
I was kind of waiting for you to like bring out a Judy Hopps that like turns into a ring.
it was supposed to, yeah, I mean, it was going to happen. Funny enough, when I opened up the box, because we were on the Mark Twain riverboat, so there's water all around us. I guess when I opened up the box, the ring had fallen out of like the slot it was in. It was just hanging there on the side. So it almost actually bounced out and...
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got
been a
this,
rocky
guys. We're in good hands. Allstate. All right. What's your
I actually
question?
do have another question for you about your relationship. Who's the reacher and who's the settler? It's the question we all need to know.
Who's the reacher and who's the settler? Is this
Does this have to do with the Oregon
I've never
Trail?
heard that
or-
term for it before.
I thought this was a PG-13 and under panel.
It's a new one. Reacher and settler. It's like a lawyer thing, or
It's like a relationship.
a preacher and a.
Can
Are you
use this in a
allowed
sentence?
to family friendly explain to me the difference of the two?
I think she means all good
One
fun.
is better than the other.
Oh,
Then she's the
that's
better
a messed
one.
up question.
Like trying to get up there and is like trying to get
Oh.
the better
I get it.
Oh, like
Oh, okay. So,
like marrying up,
financial
right?
status.
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
Whew, I'm lucky.
Well, then that was easy. I
She's asking who makes more money.
I'm the one up there.
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
His head's in the clouds.
Oh yeah.
I look in the mirror every morning. I'm like, man, I'm lucky. My girlfriend, like, I tricked her with my YouTube money.
You never had to trick me.
Thank you, honey. Hey.
Hello. All right. So my question is, especially now, with your, are you gonna do a Bronies rat to a perfect pair?
Aww.
You know what? Just because of the engagement, I think that would be
That wasn't
It wasn't pre-planned. He was like, you know what? Now I'm gonna do it.
So perfect pair. How many would want to see a react to the perfect pair? So then tell me, guys, when I tell you that we're already working on it. So
What if I
yes,
tell you it won't be out for another 3 more months?
that's actually like giving me some credit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, yeah. So yeah, that is in the works right now. Perfect pair Bronies React is happening. So yeah, woo, yeah.
So I haven't watched anything of yours in like 10, 11 months.
Good riddance. So since the last Ciderfest, I did something.
I don't know. How's that YouTube demonetization treating you?
Oh, great.
Demon and demonetization.
Actually, that's the funny thing is that it, I was looking at, somebody else posted about it recently, about like, oh, I got hit with the demonetization, but when you read it fast, it looks like it reads demonization. My video's been, they were possessed.
So holy water on it. My channel hasn't been hit by it.
Mine recently did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There seems to be little rhyme or reason to what constitutes like. Well, it's like somebody like made
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon's above the law.
He's the settler.
Yeah, he's like God. No, I mean like somebody uploaded a video of like the Nostalgia Critic's face going like across the screen for like 5 seconds, and that got demonetized. And it's like, why? Like is it inappropriate? Maybe.
Yeah.
But still, like
evil.
It's weird.
It's bad. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you guys gotten hit?
We don't make any money, so
I guess
So we were pre-demonetized.
we didn't even try to play the game. That's the only way to win.
YouTube walks their channel. Oh, we're good here.
you guys were already registered under the demonetization.
Yeah, they're like, don't allow them to register.
No, I've had some really weird ones. Like one, I did a promo video. Oh, it was when I did the promo video for Equestria LA, which is happening in a month. And I'm on the teacup ride at Disneyland talking about a My Little Pony convention, and they're like, this isn't safe for kids.
He wasn't even buckled in.
Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, I don't know. There's just so random at some of the videos they're going after. It's like, okay. Like, I have like one of the bonuses of the reacts, and
It's weird because like somebody mentioned Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Kimmel has like, during the Vegas shootings, there like somebody made a video with a charity stream to raise money for the cause, and it got demonetized. And the guy on Twitter is like, "What the heck, YouTube? Like, it's for a good cause." And YouTube replied saying, "We don't allow monetization on videos that are tragedy or whatever." But then you look at Jimmy Kimmel's video talking about the Vegas shooting, and there's ads all over it, and it's like, well, that's a bit hypocritical, YouTube. And if something to do with like how they have a private person, like I guess some networks go through other means to get their videos monetized, and they have to go through like the YouTube as peasants have to.
Yep.
So yeah, YouTube, woo, it's the future.
It sounds like YouTube's actually working on trying to make it so that isn't allowed anymore as well, though.
I mean, there's a problem, but like, I don't know, it's just so much to, it's hard.
It's confusing because like with all the content that's being demonetized, it's like, how is YouTube going to make any more money?
Oh shoot.
I saw something recently on Twitter where somebody put like 2006 for creators by creators, and then 2017 by creators.
Yeah.
Hi.
Afternoon.
Is it already?
We're getting there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Good night.
good Lord.
Movie question. Like your reactions to the movie versus how you thought an MLP movie would have gone years ago.
Years ago?
Like what you thought an MLP movie was going to be like.
You mean like prior to the Bronies stuff, or I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Like you saw, like what you thought a movie was going to be like before any commercials.
So once we knew there was a movie coming out, what did we think it was going to be versus what we got?
Right.
Gotcha. I guess like in my head, I kind of figured, I don't know, I didn't imagine any change in animation or anything. I just kind of figured it'd be like the show, but longer.
Yeah, just like the same
And, like,
Flash animation.
Like maybe something in like how when T-Rex showed up and we blew a lot of stuff up, I'm like, oh man, we're gonna blow a lot of stuff up. And I think that's what I initially was like, oh, that's probably what we're gonna see.
Spartans, what do you guys think?
Before or afterwards, it was honestly pleasant surprise. I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot.
I kind of enjoyed the alternate animation style.
Beforehand, horrified screaming.
You wouldn't shut up for days, and I ran out of duct tape.
Yeah.
Well, the trailers, like, I don't think they rendered the backgrounds completely.
Yeah, like the outlines of the ponies had this weird like embossed look to it, and it's like, is that like what the movie's gonna look like?
I think PlayStation like cutscene or something from like the 1990s.
I think the shadows were broken too on certain scenes. So yeah, no, I think the thing that the word I used after seeing the movie was relieved, because I'm like, because this. Like, I trust the people who are putting it together. Like, I'm glad that it was people who have worked on the show, as opposed to like taking a whole new team and saying, "Well, we have an idea."
All right, Sony, do your thing.
Yeah. Good luck. So you knew that the characters were in good hands. Hooves. Thank you. But yeah, no, I was still relieved once I had seen it. I'm like, okay, cool. This is something that we're gonna enjoy. What's so funny?
I'm sorry, is this some story you told in the podcast?
Oh,
I like the movie a lot, and I won't say any spoilers, but like, it was exactly what it needed to be. Not like too pandering to Bronies, and something where parents bring their kids and go like, "Who's Discord?" or "Who's Tyrek?" or it's like, no, it's just here are the ponies. Here's a new villain. Here's a new story. Cool, we're good. It was good. The music was really good too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, ODST. I think you are.
That's our new derpy. He can't see at all. just like the real character.
So I have a question. This is about the movie.
Yes.
We all here know and like the movie, but what were the things that you didn't like about the movie? What that you wish they would have changed?
Can we
It's
even
kind of
talk
hard
about
to
that?
answer that
'Cause I
without
feel like it would be
spoiler
spoilers.
territory. I
Oh,
guess.
really?
Maybe.
I'm curious. Is there anyone here who hasn't seen the movie?
See, yeah.
You guys are so brave. Are you guys just walking around like this, like someone's gonna start talking about it?
When Twilight went Super Saiyan, it was crazy. I never.
The scene where Applejack's parents get machine gun at that that was crazy. I didn't see it coming.
The Pony Civil War. Yeah. But I mean, I guess, was there anything that comes to mind for you guys? Like maybe staying out of specifics, but was there anything that comes to mind for any of you that you're like, oh, I would have probably changed it?
There was a specific villain sidekick that I just hated.
Yeah.
The entire movie could have been perfectly fine without.
And didn't it seem like they actually put more money into his animation than anyone else's?
Yes, they put so much time and effort, and you could have cut him out, and the movie would have been the exact same.
He's gonna be our Stitch.
One thing that's unfortunate about having so many main characters is that only a few of them are going to get like a big spotlight in the movie. So it's the movie was basically the Twilight, Pinky, and Rainbow Dash show. So.
Big Mac's movie, and he just says yep. And I'd like to think that Peter knew is driving to the studio, and then he's like, finally, to be in a movie. They're like, Peter, your script. And he just says yep on it. All right, Peter, here's your check. Have a good day.
Just an entire 8.5 by 11 page with just yep in the left-hand corner.
All right, Peter, that's good. No. Let me try again. Yep.
Maybe I should come in tomorrow.
Yep. Just copy paste from the show.
This one's to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This one's to ACRacebest. I think this question's been asked before, but I just want to clarify. What exactly was it like to be on television?
20 minutes.
This is an appropriate question considering that it happened in Chicago. Well,
this is Milwaukee.
I flew into Chicago.
It happened on
I was in
Earth.
Chicago 6 hours ago.
Fair.
I mean, he wasn't the only one that's been on TV. Come on.
I was on Cops once.
I like that I can actually ask which time. Just because there was back at was it BronyCon 2014 when we did the cosplay contest.
We were on.
Oh yeah, you were on Comic Book Man.
Yeah, but no, obviously with the Steve Harvey show. Does anyone here not know about that? Okay, a few hands. I was on the Steve Harvey show because they're like, we want to talk to a brony. And you're probably thinking like, oh, this probably happened when like, the fandom was like fresh and people were figuring it out. Well, Steve found out about it last year. So yeah, 2016, he was like, you're a what?
You like ponies?
But it was interesting because I knew going into it, I was going into a show I knew I was basically the butt of a joke. And, you know, I'm going on to a segment called Is It Weird? And I understood that, you know, it was essentially to kind of get a laugh out of, you know, me liking My Little Pony. However, that's also partially why I decided to do it. So I'm like, you know what, challenge accepted. Let's see if I could get Steve Harvey on my side. You know, just go in there and, you know, stand my ground and see what happens. And I was able to, I think, crack enough jokes that by the end of it, Steve Harvey was actually, it went from, this is weird to, this is really weird. But I like you. So keep doing it. So, yeah. So
too bad they edited all that out.
I actually, well, that's the weird part about it, is that the whole, the whole interview was probably about 10 to 15 minutes long, but they only used 4 minutes of it. And so I'm sitting there going, what are they going to cut out? You know, how are they going to spin it? But I also knew that, you know, it's not like I don't have a voice. I can't just tell people, well, this is what happened. You know, this is what was cut. What was that NDA for again? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. And I felt like, it's funny reading the comments on their YouTube page because they posted up the segment, part of it. And it's fun reading the stuff from people who totally don't follow the show, but they're like, man, what is this like psychiatrist problem? Like, he's like really digging into this. It's like, yeah, take that, Mr. Dundee or whatever.
Mr. Worth's degree. Says the guy with the political science degree.
I'm just an engineer.
At least you have a degree.
Not a good place to work. Who needs engineers? Thank you.
Quick second question. How did they call you?
Oh, how they got in touch?
Yeah.
So they contacted me, the producer, one of the producers contacted me via Twitter. And I think they had contacted Black Griffin at the same time.
Oh.
And it's kind of funny because I guess like when they were asking Gabe questions, they were asking him questions like, so do you collect the toys? And Gabe's like, no. And they're like, oh, you're so uninteresting. But
why aren't you fitting our narrative?
But they never asked me that. Like, you know, everything that
they look at you like,
he collects the toys.
Meanwhile, Zootopia's like, I disagree.
That's why everyone was laughing. They're like, wait, he was on there for My Little Pony?
Yeah.
And not for Zootopia? Okay. Missed opportunity. But yeah, they contacted me via Twitter, and that's where it went from there. So.
I like how they so a side story, when you're in the dressing room and they were giving you a haircut, and they give you all these clothes to make them look like some little Swedish boy who's like, I love chocolate, yeah. And because he had little short hair that they messed with and gave him really tight clothes, and he just looked like a Gunther from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you a haircut and dress you up, and they asked for my suit size,
high socks,
and then they conveniently ended up getting me a size smaller than I told them I needed. So I'm sitting there in the dressing room like, that's weird, this fit yesterday. I'm looking, I'm like, this is I think I'm like, I was a normal and they got me a small one or something. I'm like, oh, oops. So, yeah, and then the haircut showed up, and the woman that I was also on the segment, because they had two of us on the segment, and she was on there for something else. And, you know, she walked out of there, and her hair's like flowing in the wind and just like bouncing curls, and I'm just like, my hair's gonna look so good after this. And the guy was like, I look like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. I was like, and the best part about it was that he got to the point where like my hair was just like flat and looked like a bowl cut or whatever. And then he went to get his gel, and I'm like, this is where the magic happens. I was like, all right, so this is the game we're playing. Bring it on, Steve Harvey show. So, yep, made it out of there alive.
This time. Thank you.
This time.
Wait till you're on the Bill Cosby show. Chocolates. Hi.
Can I move this?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, move if you like. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to break it.
The con will pay for it.
They have lots of money.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You're all good.
I don't know a whole lot about the MLLP fandom, but I guess favorite non-My Little Pony movie?
Favorite non-My Little Pony movie? Let me think about this.
Shrek for him.
Shrek 2 was better.
Shrek 2,
yeah.
sorry.
That's actually not a joke. Shrek 2 was better.
It was. It was better than Zootopia.
No.
It's hard because there's so many different kind of movies out there in different categories. It's like asking, what do you want to eat tonight? And it's like, well, I love Japanese, I love Mexican food. What are you doing?
I was just making sure that we got this.
Yeah, we all get the same stuff.
You communist? All right, so.
Should we go down the line?
Yeah, because you made a list of like a top 100 movies and animated movies you should see. Yeah. Along with a friend.
So wait, animated movies or just movies?
Honestly, you made a list for that.
Oh yeah, I did make a list. But my favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Which one?
The first one.
He loved us.
Yeah, he loved us. I quote that like daily.
You know what's funny about Jurassic Park is, okay, so who's seen the movie? You know when the Tyrannosaurus comes over the gate to get the Jeep, and then later on they throw the Jeep off a cliff? And they're like, how tall was that T-Rex? We're like it's got high heels on, like walking over the cliff.
No, it was climbing.
Yeah. Someone says, Steven Spielberg, like, this doesn't make sense. He's like, who cares? It looks cool. It's like, okay,
he climbs stilts. He climbs trees.
Stilettos. Well, Zootopia for you, right? Go ahead and tell them yourself.
Wow, spoilers. Guys, what's my favorite movie? Zootopia.
I think a movie I can watch over and over again is Spirited Away. I love Spirited Away. See, I got to cheer for mine. Spartans, how about you?
I don't know. I mean, top two I'd have to choose is either Blazing Saddles or Akira.
Oh, nice.
My personal favorite that I can watch is over and over is Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I love that. Just all the practical effects are awesome. I love it.
That's a good movie. Yeah, I agree. You can watch it over and over again. There's so much to look at. And yet it's focused. It's really nice.
You look surprised.
Oh. How about you? What's your favorite movie?
What?
You look surprised.
Blade 2.
Oh, I thought it was
Blade 2?
Oh, nice.
No.
Yeah, our friend Jack would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going.
It's good.
I was wanting to ask you guys a question on Equestria Girls. The shorts that have been happening over the course of the summer and late into the fall here. Have you guys seen those? And
I've
what are your
seen
opinions?
most of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
I watched half of the first one and got distracted with something, and I really haven't continued since then.
So yes, I haven't seen them yet because I'm anticipating at some point we might do something with them with Bronies React, and so I've been waiting to watch them.
Yeah, because there's like 3 specials and a bunch of shorts.
There's a short where they're talking about like where the ponies work, like Photoshop works at a pet shop, and it's like that makes sense. But I works at like a smoothie bar, and it's like okay, it's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's like why did she not work at the farm? I thought they were okay.
Okay. Oh, also one other quick question. That particular scar on your chest plate, that looks like it has a story behind it. Do you have a story?
I was playing around with my heat gun and said, I wonder if it'll make a realistic burn.
He tried to iron his armor. It didn't work well.
Dry clean only. Yeah.
Better than you and the spoon.
I think you feel like you can swivel it up and it can. You can just pull it out probably if you want. Too strong.
Going back on the YouTube thing.
Yes.
I did a thing a while back where I made a video where I fell down the stairs and died, and then I told YouTube to flag it, and they didn't flag it.
You told YouTube to flag your video?
Yeah, I told
People and their hobbies these days, right?
Hit me! Hit me! Put YouTube's icon over it.
Maybe that's how he gets his kicks, man.
Hey, I died. Where's the flag? And they didn't flag it. So I figured that was weird.
It wasn't convincing.
Maybe they suspected something when you contact them and they're like, look, I died. And they're like, well, you just contacted
the
us.
YouTube algorithm like, error.
You died? Like, I'll betcha.
But also, since you're here, I know you guys are probably going to go try cheese curd.
We already have.
Yeah,
They have.
We
I
have twice.
Did you know that there is a cheese curd
What?
Cheese curd.
We don't need to invent cold fusion. We've already hit the peak of humanity right now.
I can't. Cheese curds give me gaze.
Wonderful guess.
Yeah, I went to a Buffalo Wild Wings last night and they had it. And
Really?
That was the only one that I went to, and they actually had cheese curd cheeseburger.
So do they just put cheese curds on the cheeseburger?
There's like a burger and already has cheese, like a cheese slice.
No, they put cheeseburgers on the cheese curds.
The cheeseburger and a cheese curd. USA.
There are cheese curds, and then they have like this like cheese curd dip sauce all over it. It is amazing.
How are Wisconsinites not enormous? This sounds amazing.
It does. It really does. I love this country.
It's definitely worth the
This is what George Washington died on the cross for.
You're going back to history's class.
It was this moment exactly.
It's so sacrilegious.
Did you make that up?
Yes.
That's great.
He's sitting in the back.
Is that from the Warhammer 40K fan?
George Washington walks out. He's my favorite president. When he cracked the Taco Bell.
You get the chance to get a cheese curd cheeseburger, I'd take it.
I will. My doctor's gonna hate it. Oh, doctor, I don't have health insurance. Get out of here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's important. So thank you for that. Hello. Yes.
Oh, it's a face hugger. I thought it was
I like the shirt.
I thought it was a scorpion. I'm like, his shirt has a face hugger on it.
Yeah, that's for DC. I wanted to ask you, in one of your videos you had Soul Rock, and I wanted to, when you got in contact with him, was he yelling on the phone, or did he just talk to you in your own person?
He typed
he never stops yelling. It's every conversation you have. Like, it was really embarrassing because we had to go to the library for a scene once. And I'm like, what do you think of this book? And
It's Greg!
That actually hurt my throat. Solrak's a funny guy. He used to be in a couple of the reacts and whatnot. I've done a couple videos with him, like you said. But yeah, no, he's always someone who's it's a pleasure to see at the conventions and whatnot and see him around. You can always like pick out the Solrak crowd because they got those big orange shirts with his face on it. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I remember for some reason this popped in my head. I remember a panel that he ran at Equestria LA one year, and he just started like walking back and forth like this on the stage, and everybody just stood up and started doing it, and it looked so cultish or something. It was just like they're trying to summon a demon into our world or something. What's going on? It was the strangest thing, but yeah, no, he has a wild, sense of humor, and he cracks me up. So, yeah, and his yelling has always been magnificent. So. Yeah.
I can see him on a special in like 15 years, like, where are they now? The Bronies. He's like, yeah, don't do the yelling thing anymore. Just completely destroyed.
I'm a better librarian.
So, Fire Team Harmony.
Yeah.
Hello.
Where did the whole Halo cosplay thing start?
Insanity.
Warhammer.
Yeah, no, I've probably told this story like half a dozen times, but this started with me giggling at the pun, Twilight Spartan. And I showed up to a convention, people kept encouraging it, and worse, people kept wanting to join in on it, and it's just kind of spiraled out of control since then.
And we have more than 30 members in like 3 different countries and all across the U.S., and it's help.
Help.
This is a cry for help. Please, make it stop.
Oh, this ride never ends.
Oh, no. Yeah, no problem.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tweedlicka.
So, in chapter 200 of my extremely obscure OC fan... No,
well, tell us about the first 199 chapters.
No, so what do you think of the new Power Pup? No, I'm kidding. What do you think of the new Samurai Jack?
It felt rushed. Like you were saying last night, it should have been like 13 episodes instead of 10.
Yeah. It should have been so much longer. It was so good.
Because like the end, it felt like, it was like, wow, we're done here. And also, like, I don't want to spoil it, but like the ending was like, oh, okay, so they're doing that. It's nice to see that at least they came back with like the passion and they wanted to do it justice, even if it wasn't like concluded in the way that we thought it would. It's still like, it was a good conclusion versus like Powerpuff Girls 2016, where they just completely warped it into something that's like, this is nothing like the original at all, and there's no respect to the original.
I like the bit where Twilight Sparkle was in it.
Well,
I mean,
possibly. Security.
Also, do you guys have any grunts?
Grunts?
Yeah, like...
Humans aren't shaped that way.
Quasimodo begs to differ.
Also, I guess there's like child labor laws or something. I don't know.
And it's hard to get that much helium on a short notice.
For Fire Team Harmony.
Yeah.
Would you ever let Black Griffin join you?
If you could wear the armor for longer than 5 minutes, sure.
He's too busy chasing
that sounded
lizards
like
in the
a no.
desert.
Yeah, it sounded like a no.
No, it's a
We
yes,
tried to
but
let him
with
join, but he
condition.
started crying and taking off his armor after, a few
This
minutes.
is for.
Ooh.
How come you don't have a cutie mark on your OC?
This is actually really relevant considering
There was
you
a
never
recent
understood
episode,
the OC
actually,
maker.
I forget what it was called. I think it was called Cutie Marks. What was the episode where like
I'm not good with episode names.
It's called like, I don't know, Game of Thrones. No. There was an episode where there was a pony and didn't have its cutie mark, and the CMC were like, we'll get you your cutie mark. And he's like, I don't want a cutie mark. I think it limits you. And I've been saying that for years, where like, it was recent. And I mean, because I do believe that, like, I mean, personally, like, cutie marks seem like they kind of limit a character. Like, hey, your job is to sell books forever or to love pine.
Yeah, he had a point where it was like, when's the last time you did anything else besides help ponies to get their cutie mark?
And like, cause some ponies have like really like vague cutie marks where like Twilight's is like the stars. And it's like, okay, that seems like
Yeah, it's just magic.
Versus someone like Owl, like, hope you like apples. She does. But and the show's defense, they're like, no, we do other things than just what we do. Like Fluttershy loves animals, but she also has a freakish knowledge of like how to do sewing and things like that. Or I don't know. I just singing. I personally find cutie marks to be limiting to a character. You know, it's kind of cool to see them addressing it. Though, funny enough, at the end of the episode, I feel like y'all didn't really give a good answer. Like, I think you kind of brushed it over.
I like the way they handled it though, just because I felt like it did kind of address the whole, kind of like what you're saying, where it limits a character, where they had like characters going, well, no, like I love to do this stuff, and it's just this is where I'm typecasted by the show.
Isn't there a character who like draws circles and like that's your everything now? And she's like, oh,
Yeah, she does like haikus.
I know. She does haiku, and she's like, but I love drawing circles. And it's like, whoa, we could have invented the wheel again, but no.
I don't know. It's kind of like how going to college and folks are like, what's your degree? What are you going to be forever? And I think it's like, there's nothing wrong with having purpose in life, like he's an engineer, but you also do a lot more than just that. So, I don't know.
Like what?
I don't know. Zootopia.
Eat.
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Hello.
You guys want cheese curds?
Oh my god. I've actually had a pretty big
It's
breakfast.
against my diet.
I'm gonna wait for now.
Oh, I can come.
For now. For now. I had them twice yesterday.
Not enough.
You can never have too many cheese curds.
Tell that to my doctor.
That's funny. All right, we're gonna eat where? No, is there? Oh, here we go. These are Malcors.
Like a wizard.
It sounds like a villain. Malcors, Wisconsin cheese curd. Keep refrigerated. Ingredients. All right, here's what I needed to know. Cultured. Okay. Cultured pasteurized milk. So tell me about like cultured milk.
Eat it, Ray.
No, I'm
Good
reading.
Lord.
Cultured milk. It's like I'm.
Eat it. This isn't a fanfic.
I've never
Stop reading
salt enzymes. Good. Calcium chloride. I need that. And amnato, origato.
Just eat the fucking curd.
Oh, we're not allowed to say that word. Bad word. I couldn't. I can't edit you live. All right. Now I'm gonna. You gonna eat one too? Oh, what is it? What?
It just tastes like cheese.
Squeaky.
Oh my god, they're made of mice.
Is there anyone here who doesn't like cheese curds? That's from Wisconsin. Why?
I'm from Southern California. So
My girl or fiance, she can't eat dairy.
You have a girlfriend too? Tell Sarah about this. I'm good. Thank you very much, though.
That's not bad.
I think Bailey's good.
Yeah, I'm good for now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think mine's defective. It's not squeaking.
I'm good.
Yeah, we still got 20 minutes left. So.
I usually prefer that my things that I
want to
don't
hear what he
squeak.
has to say.
So in a recent episode, they did a very good job critiquing the fans and all of our critiques of the show over the years. I know specifically in one of the earlier podcasts, though, you mentioned how Rainbow Dash never learns the lesson.
Yeah.
Like she keeps repeating the same thing. And what's your take on them mentioning that?
I'm actually curious, which episode are we talking? Because there's been a couple that have been like fandom.
It was the one where like the Twilight released like the book of lessons,
the Fame and Misfortune, the one that some of us reacted to it, Bronies.
Yeah.
And some of us slept through it.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was quite meta. I think if you have a good sense of humor about it, it's like, yeah, I guess some of us can be a bit too serious about the show, considering it's still like, you know, for little kids.
Yeah.
Look at all the children.
I'm
in the
for
audience.
kids too.
But a little child. I thought it was funny. I thought it was interesting how like the song was great. You know, we're flawless. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Haley and I watched it together and at BronyCon, and
Yeah,
we
with
were,
a few
we
other
were with a
friends.
group of people like Jack Spade and Hirosashi and Noah King, and we were like jumping off the bed, like I mean, we posted our live reaction to it because it was all our first time seeing it, and it was just we loved how it was just poking fun at all that stuff. Like we thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. There weren't any Spartans in there though.
Yeah, that was kind of a disappointment for me.
I was asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't alone. Thank you.
Yeah, we recorded that at like 2 a.m.
It was almost 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was sleeping. Hey.
Hello. This is a question I'm almost certain has been asked before. But as far as Bronies React goes, I know you probably cut out a lot of stuff.
Mostly our stuff.
Are there any particular anecdotes you might be able to share as far as stuff that you were disappointed of having to cut out? Just any particular clips that you're like, oh man, I really wish I could have included that, but bloopers because it's so bad. Out.
Yeah, I made something that was like R-rated, basically.
R-rated.
Do tell.
I can't.
R-rated.
Rated R.
Yeah, there was a scene where I'll just describe what happened in it, and you guys can piece the rest together. But it was a scene with the crystal ponies, and we all were joking about rarities, like crystal ponies, and Saber had a bottle of shampoo, and you didn't see the bottle of shampoo, but then he just squeezed it really hard. And it was one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen. And I lost this footage, actually, but I think Jack's keeps
He
threatening.
says he has. I don't believe him. I call his bluff. I'm like, show me. He's like, nah, it's on a USB drive somewhere. I lost it. I'm like, you're full of it, Jack's.
There was also one time where I actually entirely cut somebody from a react, and it was just because of the direction they took it. It was hard to cut out certain things. It was
what episode? Like, what were you reacting to for that?
It was the first Starlight Glimmer episode. And it was Beavids, and we've discussed this before. He did this whole skit thing where he had his friend, who we know, Rob Bob, come in, and he was like, kind of dressed up like these guys are, but he was like a Russian spy or something, and he's like interrogating Beavids, forcing him to watch this episode and saying it's good propaganda and all this Russian stuff. and it was funny because I'm like, man, this is almost too intense with like some of the stuff they did at the beginning, where I'm like, it's gonna make no sense if I can't include all the other stuff to explain why there's some guy yelling at this guy to watch the episode. So I ended up not being able to use it, but I was just like, man, you found the line there.
That's funny because that was almost the same direction we took with our questions.
That one time,
yeah.
The guy in the background, please just let me go. Yeah. They don't like the questions as much as other people. I loved what you guys did with the questions in the last react, though.
Oh, thank you. That took forever.
Yeah. All your gunshots and everything.
God. I went partially deaf editing that.
Who was it that was attacking you guys or shooting at you?
The trees.
The Happening Part 2.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This question is for everybody, but I'm sure Saber's going to go on a 30-minute tirade here. But Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Ooh. Currently or ever?
Whatever you want.
Oh, Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network, yeah.
Why?
Answer this question.
I think they had just their shows a bit more creative. Nickelodeon kind of shifted to be more live action focused.
It feels like there's more freedom as far as like what kind of shows they do.
Like right now, they might be a bit obsessed with a few shows, but like I think by and large, for the majority of their history, it's like they've been really like, yeah, let's try something different. And because I've been watching Adventure Time with Paleosteno, I'm like, this show's really brilliant. Like it's a lot of fun, and it's rare to have a show that has butt and fart humor that actually works. Like that's really
Yeah, I was binging a lot of your videos, watching the worst Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon cartoons. Yeah.
I mean, it's no But Ugly Martians, but what
There will
can
never
compare?
be another But Ugly Martian.
They bring it back. Pixar.
That's the next reboot.
Yeah, finally. But Uglier Martians.
That's going to be the next convention. Instead of Ponyville, it's going to be But Ugly Martian.
Hope so.
It's coming. It's going to happen. So it was Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Yep.
So I can't say Toon Disney. Then
No, I won't give you that one.
Old school Toon Disney.
DuckTales.
Roly Poly Ollie? Someone say Roly Poly Ollie? Yeah, I remember that show.
He's Roly Poly Ollie. He's something in round.
Because in the intro for that, like the camera starts zooming out at the very end, and they're all dancing. And I swear, like the grandpa character starts pelvic thrusting at the camera. I'm like, what's he doing? It's weird.
It was kind of creepy when you like really diagnosed what was happening because like, weren't there times in the episodes where like the grandpa character had to be like oiled up because he's like, ah! Like, what is
Give
this?
me the milk of the puppy and let me die.
It's really weird that you would bring up that show because literally when we were filming 2 weeks ago, I just out of nowhere started singing that song and people are like, how do you remember that? I don't know.
I think a lot of us who never learned a second language wasted our knowledge on like cartoon intros and trivia.
Yeah.
Also, does anybody remember PB&J Otter? Yeah. I don't know why, but
why do they only wear shoes?
They only wear shoes. It seems so weird. It's like they got out of the shower and put on their Birkenstocks or something. It's really weird.
Well, I mean, they had to do the noodle.
They hit noodle dance.
Do the noodle dance.
Yeah. I won't dance though.
You know, it always bugged me because every time they did the noodle dance, they always had the same sequence happen, and that one, like, the brother always messed up his dance. Like, he could never get it down.
One more thing. Little Bear got to me because like Little Bear's running around the forest naked, and he goes home and his dad's wearing like overalls. It's like, Little Bear, are you a nudist? Like he's running around the forest with goose and cat and duck or whatever. I love cartoons.
I think to answer your question, I think I'm gonna say Nickelodeon for me. Just that was. I grew up more with Nickelodeon than I did Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And I think part of it was that like I think some of the Cartoon Network shows freaked me out a little bit as a kid.
Ooh, scary.
You know, like the one with the dog that
Courage?
That one.
Yeah.
No, but like they were fun things to watch, but I just it wasn't what I was watching, I guess.
Did anybody? Okay, I have two questions, but I'll wait until after the Spartans answer.
Well, yeah. Let's hear your guys. Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I like both of them growing up, but if I honestly had to choose one, it'd probably be Cartoon Network, just because speaking more, they have more stuff I like to watch, but I don't know.
Yeah. Growing up, I always liked Cartoon Network because, like, Nickelodeon had a bunch of, like, live-action stuff, and I didn't care about all that crap. And then you get, like, Nick at Night, and I'm like, what is this, sitcoms? But then Cartoon Network, you get Adult Swim, you get, like, Family Guy and stuff. I was like, hell yeah, more cartoons.
Yeah. I remember when I was watching the Disney Channel, and they were doing, like, some of the, like, the kids sitcoms.
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel like such an adult. Like, I feel like some of those back in the day were actually good.
I didn't like them.
Like, does anyone remember Smart Guy?
He's a smart guy.
I loved that show as a kid. It was like, that was my show. I was like, I love this.
Do you
so
remember
much.
like something Girl of the 21st Century?
Xenon?
Yes. I don't understand why they gave her the catchphrase Stetus Lapidus.
What?
That was her catchphrase. She's like, Stetus Lapidus. I remember being like, what? And I was like, maybe that was a bad idea to use that like kind of word for like a, I don't know, a kid's show. It hit a little bit too close to home. And also, one last question. Who else was obsessed with orange soda after watching Keenan and Kel?
Yeah.
Okay, got me too.
I didn't need it to get obsessed with orange soda.
Really got you?
Yeah, well, when I would get my Happy Meals and put my french fries in my burger.
I did that too!
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I don't know why.
It's texture.
Yeah.
Like pickles.
I hate pickles. Yeah.
You might have just been weird too.
Yeah. I used to
No.
dissect my sandwich at
Look at
Subway.
us.
I'd be like, I'll have the bread first, and then the ham. I'll make the sandwich in my mouth because it lasts longer that way.
So, for those that don't know, I just do not like pickles.
Yeah.
So guess how this guy wakes me up today? He pulls up an ASMR video.
There's this lady who's like, she's like grabbing like these big old pickles. She's like,
Alright, so first we're gonna take the pickle, and we're gonna take a small bite out of it.
woke him up.
Yeah.
Wake me up inside.
Thank you.
Greetings.
Good.
Well, that question kind of leads into this one. What would you like to see remade from like the old cartoons and stuff
What
like
would
that?
you like to see remade from the old stuff?
Nothing. Let them die.
Yeah, no, I'm getting kind of shy with that after things like the Teen Titans Go reboot. But it's okay, I'll stick to the old stuff. Just plop it back in and I'm happy.
Well, I mean, you remade good.
Roly poly oly.
One thing I've always said that I wanted to like come back, and unfortunately it's coming back as something that I don't want it to come back as, is Reboot. Because I loved Reboot, but it's coming back as this like weird live action hybrid, and I'm like, what?
You know,
that's not it at all.
That reminds me of how like Disney recently announced, so like, all right guys, you've been asking for years, and we're finally gonna give it to you, a remake of Hocus Pocus, and everyone's like, no!
Yeah, it ruins it.
Yeah, they're like, give us a sequel, not a remake.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Well, Hocus Pocus was a failure when it first came out, and it became like a cult classic. So it's like, you guys are ruining it. Leave it alone.
She's put her spell on you.
Now you're mine. With a big old front.
They've remade Rugrats where they were like babies and then like they were like teenagers and then they were adults. Why are we having them like really old and like slowly dying?
Well, they fit because I think in the original Rugrats they once had a dream or like a dream episode where they were the adults. It was so trippy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, but they had their baby heads still.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's so weird.
I know what you're talking about. That was weird.
No, I'm just saying they covered everything else. Now do them like old with their
have them like in a retirement home.
Let's go. You know, Grandpa's still alive. He's like,
I'm scared of the things in my closet.
I'm so happy they're going to give Hey Arnold justice.
Oh yeah.
The Jungle movie was supposed to be the original movie that came out back in the day. Nickelodeon duped them over saying, make this other one, it's a bit more of a broader appeal, and they can do the Jungle movie, which concludes the series. They got ripped off, they never did, and now years later, they're doing the Jungle movie, which is going to finally bring it all together. And I'm really happy about that, because Hey Arnold's really good. Dog.
I'm going to say Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I'd like to see that. Lloyd back. I mean, they brought back DuckTales, and so far so good, I think. So, yeah. Hello.
Hello. So I was wondering, have any of you watched the new DuckTales and any thoughts on it?
I've only seen the premiere so far.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with the episodes. I think I've seen all of them that have come out, and yeah, no, I like it. It's I remember like a lot of us were apprehensive about like, oh no, they changed the voices and.
Well, they've got like, oh God, who's the guy from Doctor Who?
David Tennant.
Yeah, I think it's a great example of taking an old property and bringing it back to life and kind of making it new, but remembering what made it great back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's a good balance.
And like improving some things, because like Huey and Louie are completely
all the same,
different.
yeah.
They're completely different in this show.
At first I didn't like that, but I was like, no, this works. It makes them stand out.
Yeah.
And it gives them more personality.
And like they changed Dewey too.
Yeah. I like that.
Or not Dewey. Webby, yeah, that's right.
And they changed Dewey too.
Yeah.
In addition to the brothers.
Yeah. I thought it was good. And also, if you're addressing things where it's like, oh, what about that family member? We never talked about that before, really. So it's good.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls 2016 could have learned if it cared.
No,
it
yeah,
didn't come out before.
Have you guys seen it?
I don't own a TV.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I haven't sit down and watched it either.
All right.
We just stare at the wall when we
It's
do
a
the reaction.
sin. Does anyone not like it? Out of curiosity. The new DuckTales.
Yeah.
That's why I'm. It's a sin. Oh, wait, never mind. Wrong show.
Burn them. Wait, what are we talking about?
And another second quick question that I had, I wasn't sure if you guys were aware, I'm not 100% sure if this is legit yet, but I saw something online about a Teen Titans Go movie.
You guys come. Yeah.
Apparently putting money into.
It's coming out in July next
This is
year.
real.
Well, I can tell you what I won't be watching.
Palin made a good observation because Will Arnett is going to be a voice in it, and he voiced Batman in the Batman Lego movie. So it's like, oh, maybe Batman will be in the Teen Titans Go movie. I think I guess what's weird about the Teen Titans Go movie compared to the My Little Pony movie, My Little Pony, their episodes are like 20 minutes long or so. Versus Teen Titans Go, where it's like short, like 10-minute episodes. So to have like an hour-long Teen Titans Go, it's like, how do you do that?
Right.
How do you make the animation look better? How do you make it feel more organic? Because it's usually quick, humor. Right. So yeah, it should be a challenge for them. But I'm sure they'll make their money. They're gonna make their money back. They spend $7 to make the.
Yeah, like they announced it. It was like, oh, it's coming out next year, like in like what, 10 months?
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
So, yeah, because compared to when the My Little Pony movie was announced in 2015, or 2014.
Yeah, it's been that long.
1987.
3.5
years.
1776.
Yeah.
Yep. We got 5 minutes left, people. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. If you got anything on your mind, come ask us. They could be weird
Financing questions.
Bring them on. Bring them on.
For Race,
Yes.
Continuing on with the television and movie talk, if Disney came to you and asked you how you would make a Zootopia television show, how would you do it?
Judy and Nick would get married.
It'd be like Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
I like that. Put Mike Tyson in there, though.
Mike Tyson is Judy Hopps.
Well, first off, I've been asked if I had the choice between a show or a sequel, what would I prefer? And I've always said sequel. But that's a different version of the question, which forces me to really think about the show.
Yeah, because I would say it'd be like some kind of like crime, like detective type show between like Judy and Nick.
Yeah,
it would be interesting.
No, I mean, there's so much that they could do with that world of Zootopia. They were, I think, like, I forget how many districts they have, but they only used like a third of them in the movie. So there's like so much more to explore, and I think that's one reason a lot of people are like, no, we need a TV series, and then a sequel, and then another sequel.
And then Disney goes out of business.
And another sequel.
Because like we already have two like movies, recent movies that had shows to go along with them. Because Tangled had a series, and Big Hero 6 has a series now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like I think Paleo said, in regards to, it would be great to just see like the adventures of Judy and Nick just going around and solving different crimes. It's like it turns into like the X-Files or something. It just really weird.
Yeah.
Another human skeleton.
How would you feel if they had? How would you feel if they had a sequel but it followed like different officers?
I'd cry.
Do you think they make Zootopia?
It starts off with like an outline of like Judy Hopps in like the concrete with like the ears and everything.
And now it's a gerbil and like a snake.
Who killed her?
Wiley.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh.
Now the protagonists are a gerbil and a snake.
I don't. You made me completely lose my train of thought.
She's dead.
You asked about like other characters. I felt like that was part of what made Zootopia so great. Were the characters. That's why I'm like, no, you can't just don't. I mean, unless like every scene is them just like making out in the background.
The other sequel though is called Sing.
So that's why you watch the movie.
Hi.
Hi. So speaking of Tangled the series, have you guys seen it? And if you did, what do you think of it?
I've seen a few episodes. I think it's cute. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I really need to check it out.
I haven't seen it, but I saw some artwork for it. I was at the Disney store the other day, and I was there with Toodles, and she was referencing like, she's like, wow. They managed to make her eyes even bigger.
Yeah, she's
like a bug now. She's like.
Series where her eyes were just like 90% of her face.
She's like bug.
So yeah, no, I'm curious to check it out though. Like, have you seen them?
Yeah, I've watched all the episodes that came out so far. It's actually really cute. It's really good.
So far so good, you think?
Yeah, it really expands on Rapunzel and Flynn.
I watched the movie.
What's that?
I watched the movie, that's it. But if it's that good, then we'll make Rapunzel Spartan armor.
I mean, I watched
Step on her hair.
Yeah. Well, we are in the last minute, so one thing. Do you have a question?
Lightning round.
Bring it on. Yeah.
Close it out with this one. This happened like a really long time ago, like around the fandom starting up and stuff. And I was wondering, have any of you heard of or seen a fan animation by the name of Dusk's Dawn?
I've heard of it.
Oh my god. Is that the one that has like my OC in the background, I think?
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's
What?
Yeah,
What was your OC
it's like
doing in
it's
the
like
background?
it was made back in like 2012, I think. Yeah.
Let's see. Back in the day when we were all young whippersnappers.
They asked me if like, hey, can we use your OC in the background? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I don't remember that one, actually. It's called Dusk Dawn?
Dusk's Dawn.
Yeah, Dusk's Dawn.
Dawn, the room of the Brony fandom.
All right, we're looking at this.
Funny thing.
It's 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's why your laptop doesn't work. You just
Dude, I think I remember that. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, it was 20 minutes of the best voice acting ever.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah.
Wait, no, was this the one that we watched?
Yeah, it was.
Of and like.
And it was like made with Pony OC
It's a really
creator.
cool, ambitious series. Yeah.
So
it was too ambitious.
I'm gonna end the panel with this. Sometimes people have asked why we haven't done reacts to more like fan work and stuff. And the thing I always say is like for us to riff the show, I feel like it's kind of fair game because it's
professional.
It's professional. Everyone's getting paid to do it, and plus now we know a lot of the staff, and I think they still get a kick out of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're probably like behind our backs, like these guys suck.
You're still around.
Part of the reason why I've avoided doing Bronies reacts to a lot of like fan works is because I don't ever want to come across as like spiteful or mean, like trying like to like tear something down. That's why I've always been a little careful with that.
I'll do it. It's fine.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
We got you covered, Race
Well,
Best.
thank you for your question. Thank you all for your questions. We're just getting started, guys. Now, a reminder: later today we have a Who Would Win panel.
Yeah, it's in the barley room.
That one's a bit more interactive, so
Yes,
a lot of fun.
We're going to be discussing with you. And tomorrow morning, Hooves Line, is it anyway? You guys going to be there?
You won't be disappointed, hopefully.
You almost sounded like Drew Carey right there. All right, you all enjoyed Ponyville Ciderfest 2017.
Things you can say to your mother, but not to a pony. I love you.